Let's begin by opening up Photoshop Elements. Click on the Photoshop Elements icon. This will load the welcome screen. When the welcome screen is open, you'll see two buttons on the left, Organize and Edit. These are two separate applications within Photoshop Elements. One organizes or displays your photos, the other one edits your photos. You'll notice also on the welcome screen there are helpful links and the benefits of having an Adobe ID. We'll discuss these in a later tutorial. But let's open the organizer. Click on the Organize button and this will load the organizer application in a default thumbnail view. Sometimes these thumbnails are a little hard to see, and if you have many, you may need to adjust the size. You can do that by adjusting the thumbnail slider to the right or to the left. Now this default thumbnail view will display all your media in one place. This is called the media browser. But in the organizer there's two views. You can have the default thumbnail view or the folder view. And to get to the folder view, you click on the display icon and select folder location. And you'll notice that it opens up in a folder tree view that you're used to seeing. In our course, we will use this folder view because it's easier to reference Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3. So let's switch back to the thumbnail view by clicking on the display icon again and choosing thumbnail view. Now let's say we wanted to edit one of these photos. How would we do that? Normally you would double click on the photo and it would open up the editor, but it doesn't. In order to get to the editor, you have three ways. You can right click on the photo that you select and choose Edit with Photoshop Elements Editor, or go to Edit, Edit with Photoshop Elements Editor, or choose the shortcut Control-I. I tend to use the shortcut Control-I, but for now, we'll right click and select Edit from Photoshop Elements Editor. This will open the editor side. And when it does, you'll notice there are some differences on the layout. Notice we have a layers panel over here. We have an effects panel over here. Notice that we have some tools over here on the left hand side. And when we click a tool, this changes to reflect which tool we use. Also notice that our menu bar has some more options. And also we have an organizer icon. Now, how would you get back to the organizer if you wanted to open up another photo? You could click on the organizer. You could also click on the house, which would open up the welcome screen. So let's click on the organizer icon. Now if you notice, we're back in the organizer. Notice that we have keyword tags. Our menu items are less. We have the thumbnail slider preview. These are helpful clues in helping you to remember which one you're in case you get confused. When you are working on a photo, Elements will put a red bar across in the organizer to tell you that there's an edit in progress, and that's what that means. Now once you're in the organizer, how would you go back to the editor again? You could do Control-I, which would be a shortcut, but remember, if you have this edit in progress bar, this means that your editor is already open. So if you were to look on your task bar, you could just click on that icon and that would switch you back to the editor. Or use the shortcut Control-I. Now let's go back to the organizer again by clicking on the organizer icon. And the reason I want to say this is because if you see this edit in progress and you think that you can right click, you'll notice that the Edit with Photoshop Elements is grayed out. It's grayed out because that application is already open. And that's what I meant. That's what I meant when I said it was open on the taskbar. Or use the shortcut that I use, Control-I. And remember, if you're in the editor and you get lost or you don't remember what you need to do, you can always click on the welcome screen and this will present you those two buttons again. And you can click on Organizer and this will open up the Organize button. And also remember that if you see this big picture view and you don't see your other thumbnails, just remember to adjust the thumbnail slider. In our next lesson, we'll discuss about creating a catalog.